company, which by the way seems to have 40% market share, messed up.
No, Pete. Nobody messed up. This was a choice. Abbott chose to poison babies so they could make a few extra bucks. And we know this because of the process of making baby formula. It produces a heat stress on the stainless steel piping in these plants. That stress causes microfractures and crazing, which leads to contamination and bacterial growth. That's why baby formula manufacturers normally build a whole new plant every 20 or 30 years. Sanitary stainless steel welding is time-consuming and highly skilled labor. These repairs take tens of millions of dollars, so it's more cost-effective to build a new plant in the long run. The profit margins are so obscene, a new factory pays for itself in a few years. But they didn't care. They knew how things worked. They knew this would happen. They did it for profit. It was a choice.
See, for several years, some of the equipment associated with the drying process was failing and in need of repair. And so absolutely, it was a choice to allow for this contamination to happen. And now, I've already laid this out in another video where another issue is allowing a company to have such a big share of the market.
After the recall, taking steps like creating more flexibility for the WIC program to help rebalance the availability of formula in the states.
Now, I revisited that part of what Pete Buttigieg said because we need to have a look at this WIC program. Now that I've learnt more about it, it's like everything that could have been done to prevent this, the United States started to go full speed in the opposite direction.
So there's a program called the Women, Infants, and Children's Program. This is a food and nutrition benefit for the poor. It's supplemental nutritional assistance. And since the 1980s, the late 1980s, it has been structured with regard to formula in this way. The WIC program, and each state has its own state-based WIC program, they contract with one manufacturer to supply infant formula to the program at a discount. That formula then gets passed on for free through vouchers to poor families. In exchange for getting this discount, the WIC program promises these manufacturers market exclusivity. So if you are in the state of Michigan, you can, and you are a poor mother, you can buy one brand of formula through the WIC program and get it for free, but only one brand.
So, like, someone left a comment on another one of my videos about how America used to have antitrust laws, but this is even beyond that. This is even beyond deregulation that allows monopolization, because this is a program that incentivizes a monopoly. That's what it is, essentially. But wait for it. Wait for the kicker.
And Abbott has the WIC contract for 34 states and the District of Columbia. Wow.
Abbott, the company that made the baby formula with the contamination, has a contract for all those states for, like, underprivileged families to get free baby formula. And so to quickly revisit Pete Buttigieg's comment of it being a capitalist country and they don't make baby formula, companies do that. But the government will have contracts with these companies, essentially forcing a monopoly to get baby formula for underprivileged families that they don't care if it gets contaminated or not because they're not going to regulate it. Because it's a capitalist country.